Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. I'm just trying to find y'all. This is always a challenge. Just trying to locate where the people at. All right, there we go. Let's see. All right. Hey Lou, yeah, I'm glad the week is over too. Uh, Interesting week to say the least. Hey Brianna, Patricia, good evening. Vicky Nelson, District 3, City of Hinesville. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you as well. Hey, Christy, good to see you, Christy. Sandra, Janet, always good to see you, Janet, as well. Lorraine, good evening. Let's see. I gotta expand this thing a little bit more. There we go. I gotta expand this thing a little bit more. All right. There we go. Getting it together, getting it together, getting it together. I think for Christmas, I'm gonna get me a tech person. I'm gonna start running Friday Night Lives just like that. Because right now, I cannot see anybody who is on here. And so that's causing me a challenge. But like we do with most challenges, we overcome it. We figure out a way to get around it. And that is what we will do. As soon as I can get to it, let's try to figure out why I'm not seeing my screen and I don't want to get frustrated, right? But good evening. Okay. Hey, Bunny, it's the weekend. Yes, it is the weekend. And yes, I saw the picture. I didn't pick it up yet, but thank you. Ivania, good evening to you. Uh, Sean, hello. Good to see you. Hey, Glenda, thank you for joining us. It is the weekend. Carol, thank you. I'll tell you about the cap. Um, Daisha, thank you so much. Linda, I have had a blessed week. Thank you. Uh, yeah, Michelle, it has been a week. And Rebecca will talk a little bit about that. Angie from the DMV, thank you. Carolyn Smith, the mother of Savannah, my sweetheart, good to see you. Rose from Pula, thank you for joining us. Alicia, it's Friday. Yes, Cicely, thank you. Sarah, thank you. Glad to see you. Terry Mobley, thank you so much. Paula, hello. Virgil, hello. Good to see you. Nancy Nunez, Nancy, her son is going to the Super Bowl. So congratulations. Everybody sends shouts out to Nancy. Her son is playing for the Tampa Bay Bucks, and I didn't get my ticket yet. Carolyn, hello. Brittany, good to see you, Brittany. Takoa, hello. Thank you. Janet, thank you to see you. Joanne, thank you. Susan, my favorite night as well. Um, oh yeah, we had to catch him. Thank you very much. Katie, I think I got your book today. Leroy, thank you for joining us. Denise, hello. Cicely, hello. Loto, it's Friday night. Sharon Nett, good to see you, Sharon Nett. Pastor Jimmy Green, thank you for joining us. Hey, Rashida, hello as well. Angel, thank you for joining us. Marissa, it is Friday. I don't have my hat, Marissa. Hey, Miss Barbara Dolores, thank you. Hey, Cassell Coach, thank you to join. I want my tickets, Nancy. I want to go to Super Bowl. Hook me up. Patricia, thank you so much. Good to see you. Sandra Stevens Smalls, happy birthday to you. Everybody wish Sandra Lynette a happy birthday. Thank you. Jeanette, hello. Hey, Bree, thank you for joining us. Hey, Joseph, I hope you are doing better, sir. Tandria, thank you for joining us. And yes, Gerard, we are still here. Praise the Lord. Nichelle, thank you for joining us. And Angel, yes, I did get new running shoes um, as well. Let me see. Sandra, thank you for joining us. Hey, Miss Lieberman, thank you for joining us. Tasha, thank you for joining us as well. We are so glad that you're here with us. And Michelle, I saw an email. I did not open it yet, so I'm sorry. I hadn't gotten to it yet. Corleone, Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Ms. Flo. Thank you for joining us as well. I'm sorry, Ursula Harris. I did not say your name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, and it is the awesome Lori Jones Lewis. Thank you for joining us, Madam. Thank you, Sharon. Good evening to you, and shouts out to our police department. Hey, Sergeant Billy Gray by Sharita. Thank you, Sergeant Billy Gray protects me. I appreciate you. And yes, we pray for Chatham Area Transit and hope they can work it all out. Hey, Edie, thank you so much. And of course, Dawn Baker. Everybody loves Dawn Baker. Dawn Baker is doing great. She's feeling great, and she got the Moderna actual vaccine. So get your vaccines. Thank you, Miss Patricia. Appreciate you. Sharon, thank you so much as well. Dina, thank you for joining us. And thank you, my friends of the Libertarians of Effingham County. Hope you're doing well. And, I'm glad to have you all on as well. Denise, waving back at you, Denise. Thank you for joining us as well. Yeah, we all love Dawn, and we appreciate you. Ray, how you doing, Ray? Thank you so much for joining us this evening as well. And again, I need to get this going. Jason, hey, Jason. Thank you for joining us. And Stephen, you do not. Karen from Fort Knox and Savannah. Good to see you, Karen, as well. Sheila's waiting on an appointment. Sandra, hello. Hey, Molly Lieberman. That means we have 2 Liebermans on tonight. April, we can talk about the vaccine as best as I know. Bernard Roberson, thank you so much. Hey, Rob, be safe up on that interstate. Pastor Bullock, thank you for joining us. Tammy, I'm glad you got your vaccine scheduled. Gerard, hello. Marla, hey, Miss Marla, how are you? Hope you're doing well. And Dawn is sending love back to all of you. She's in between, and of course you can catch her on the news at 11 o'clock tonight. Hey, Gloria Brown, Ken's Flats, superstar. Good to see you. Jennifer, thank you so much. Not a future governor, though. I don't think so. That's not in my books right now. Rita, thank you for joining us. Caitlin from Ludowici, thank you for joining us. Ethel from the Highlands. I love the Highlands. Thank you so much. Terry Ann, thank you for joining us. And the Chiefs of Rockin' Robin is from Kansas City. So I got Kansas City on one side, Rockin' Robin, and I have Nancy Nunez and her son. So it's going to be a good game. Renee, thank you for joining us. Takoa, thank you for joining us. Susan got her first Moderna shot today. Hey, Maia, good to see you as well. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Tell Rich I said hello. Teresa, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Gerard says that the Chiefs are going to win. I'm sure she would love to hear that. Robin would. Larry, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us as well. Let me see. I'm having problems seeing you all in real time. Hey, Dr. Pete Silva, thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I'm glad to have you here. We got to get you on to talk about all the stuff that you do. Hey, Katrina, good evening to you. Sarah from Cat's Deli, great place to eat. And for the flag lady, thank you, Miss Patricia. Thank you for joining us as well. Thank you. Hey, Harmony, hadn't heard from you in a while, Harmony, but good to see you. And Miss Gemini, thank you. Good evening for joining us. Sharita, we are talking about a lot of things tonight. Well, I'll go into my thing and I'll go into what we're going to talk about tonight. We'll talk a little bit about Kimberly. Thank you for joining us. We're going to talk about a great nonprofit that does great things in our community. We're going to talk about COVID, of course. We're going to talk about vaccines. Some of you say you want to talk about vaccines, so we'll talk about vaccines. Good to see you, Ms. Jenkins. Thank you for joining us as well. And then we'll take a break and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's how we do on our date nights on Friday. So it is Friday. And if it's Friday in Savannah during the pandemic, if it's Friday in Savannah during the pandemic, hey, Adriana, if it's Friday in Savannah during the pandemic and you're keeping the faith and following the signs, if it's Friday in Savannah during the pandemic and you're keeping the faith and following the signs and you have nowhere that you have to be, then you are with me and we are together Hello, Debbie Williams Walker. Hey, Bishop Gasson, thank you for joining us. It is Friday Night Live. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Ms. Barbara Kaufman, thank you. And Bernice from Washington State, thank you for joining us. We are just excited to have you here with us. We do this every Friday night. We have done this every Friday night now for quite some time. I got to figure out how many weeks we've been doing this thing. And oh wait, Dawn says, don't forget to enter the WTOC contest to win a big screen TV, 75-inch. So I need to get that. Well, thank you, Mary. I appreciate you. Michael, thank you so much. But we're so glad you're here with us on our date night. This is what we do. This is our labor of love. This is how we get together. This is how we spend time together. This is how we show Savannah love by being Savannah strong. And so just here, as we do every Friday. Hey, Jason, thank you for joining us. Bernice, thank you. And as you know, I'm here rocking my hat. You know, I'm a little, Marissa was supposed to get me another hat because I've been rocking this. This is a Savannah hat. And that's why I've been wearing it because it's Savannah. You see the S, S-A-V. And it has the seaport on the side, and it has the peach on the side. And so I've been rocking it because I like the little retro look. And I'm about Savannah. I go hard in the paint for my city. And so therefore, I'm a rock it, and we want you to rock it too. So Marissa is somewhere on here. I hadn't received a dime for any of this for those of you before the haters start talking that stuff. But the fact is, you know, about rocking Savannah. Hey, Pastor Candace Harnett, thank you for joining us. And that means that my sweet Maya is somewhere around. Hey, Maya, good to see you. Papa loves you. But anyway, rocking this. I want to rock it in different colors. So Marissa, put your information up there if you, you want the hat. Again, this is about Savannah, about showing Savannah love. And Marissa, the people say you're moving too slow. So anyway, so we'll talk a little bit about COVID tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about a nonprofit doing great things in our community. And then we'll also answer any questions and talk about the things you want to talk about. So let me see. I'm trying to get on my other computer so I can see what you're doing. Yeah, Jason, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hockey is going to be very interesting coming here to Savannah. You know, they're paying to come here. And so we'll see. Or, hey, Regina, how you get your hat and you love it? See, I mean, we got to see what's going on about that. So anyway, anyway, let's go. So let's go to our first guest. Then we'll come back. We'll talk about COVID. Then we'll talk about the things you want to talk about. And that is how we will spend this Friday night. We thank God we made it yet through another week. So thank you so much. So, but anyway, very glad to have with us tonight. We talk about people who have shown Savannah love and people who have been Savannah strong. And my guest tonight has certainly done just that. You want to talk about people who've come out and made a difference, and you talk about nonprofits who have really made a difference. Well, I mean, tops among them would have to be the Second Harvest Food Bank of coastal Georgia. I mean, when we think about food banks and things, and I don't know if some of you all remember, I grew up in Brooklyn, and I remember the days of the what were they called? The where you had the government cheese. Now, some of you don't know anything about government cheese. I know about government cheese. I know about powdered milk. I know about there used to be the Frosted Flakes in the bag, but they weren't called Frosted Flakes. It was in this big old bag. I mean, I knew about those things. And so, you know, you get to the point where you think or you believe or you feel that you may never need those things. Yet, this pandemic has made a lot of people need these things. And I will tell you that throughout my time in this, and I participated in several food giveaways, and I will tell you that there were people in there in 2020 Mercedes rolling up needing food because you just don't know where people are. And so We are very glad to have with us. As a matter of fact, she's part of the Date Night family because she's actually on every Friday night. So I called her and said, you know what? We have got to get you on. We are so glad to have with us Mary Jane Crouch. Y'all show us some love from the Second Harvest Food Bank of the Coastal Empire. Mary, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you so much for having me on tonight. It's an honor. Thank you.
I know you're on the other side tonight. I mean, you know, well, you have done, and you through your work at the Second Harvest Food Bank, you all have just done such an amazing job. And I'm sure you have to keep statistics. Do you have any idea or fathoming since March of 2020 the type of work you all put out?
We have. It's been a crazy year, and first and foremost, let me say the city of Savannah has been very, very, very supportive of us, and thank you and all the people at the city of Savannah. From the food drive you did to helping us with police officers to all sorts of things. So thank you very much. But yeah, it's the poverty rate, as everyone probably knows, it's on tonight. That talks about what the poverty rate is in our area. But just this year, we've provided over 9 million pounds of food in Chatham County alone.
9 million?
9 million. Actually, it's 9,610,251 pounds just in Chatham County. We cover 21 counties in coastal Georgia. And in those 21 counties, we've actually distributed 25.5 million pounds of food. And the majority of that has been just since around March 17th, when the schools didn't go back. We started really deciding what we needed to do, and our staff, which is phenomenal, pivoted over to the style of the trunk, food to trunk, so that people would do the drive-throughs.
So, help me, because I can't even fathom 9 million pounds. What does 9 million pounds of food look like? Is there any way we can visualize how much food?
Well, our warehouse is about a 50,000 square foot warehouse, and we house about 4 million pounds at any given time. Okay. So you're talking, we completely turned our warehouse twice.
Wow.
And that's a lot of food. Any of you that have been out to volunteer have seen, one of those boxes of food that we give away weighs about 20 to 25 pounds, but it equals around 8 million, about 8.4 million meals that we've served in Chatham County alone. And that's really only through our mobile food pantry. But, we also have our Kids Cafe program that, normally gives children meals after school. And we pivoted on that to a grab and go program. And just since March 17th, we've provided 849,760 meals to children that have been out of school.
Wow.
We've been busy.
You have. And I think that the support from the community has been tremendous as well.
It has.
I will tell you, I've I've done a couple of these, and I was amazed at the fact that people would be in line from before the sun came up, and they would be in line for 4 hours for a box of food. 4 hours. Mm-hmm. And I know when we did one at your headquarters, and this is off of President Street, people were backed all the way back to East Broad Street. It was so bad that the police had to come in and weave the traffic around the neighborhood just so the people could get there.
Yeah, it really is scary sometimes when you see, we get there about 6 o'clock in the morning, and there'll be people that have gotten there at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to sleep in their cars. At each of these, we give them around, 70 to 75 pounds of food. So we're giving them a lot of food, and it can help a family, a senior, someone get through a couple weeks, because it's a lot of really good protein and a lot of items that will really help the family, and a lot of, fresh produce whenever we have that, and all sorts of stuff. So it really is good. But, the stories we hear talking to the people that are waiting in line just are so heartbreaking sometimes, about how, they had a great job, and like you said, they may be in this unbelievable car and they've lost their job, and, they may have made, a lot more than what they're getting on unemployment, or they may not be in that, mode yet of collecting the unemployment. So it can really be scary. There's always been a hunger issue. If you look at poverty statistics.
Right. Well, and I mean, as I said before, that for us, COVID-19 has revealed every vulnerability of our social welfare system. People who were hungry got hungrier. People who were not hungry got hungry. And again, I mean, what I've always been amazed by was that I saw people I knew. I saw people, again, very nice cars, way nicer than mine. I mean, I'm looking and, we're looking, it's like, wow, that's really a nice car. But the fact is that what they're driving does not necessarily, they can't eat their car and they can't eat their clothes. And so they find themselves in a change of life, and all of a sudden, the issue of food becomes an issue. And I mean, you can't enjoy your car, you can't wear your clothes if you can't you can't eat. So it becomes really a common denominator.
Well, and they may be underwater on their car, so they
Right.
can't even sell the car to try to make ends meet, because that's the only mode of transportation they've got to try to get to work and things.
Right. And so, has it peaked? Do you think, has it slowed down? You know, what is the future of that? And where's all that food come from?
Well, I mean, I do think that it has peaked. What I will say is, at one point we were at about 150% more than we had ever provided to the community.
Right.
And I mean, we were doing mobile food pantries 2 and 3 a day, 6 days a week. And it has slowed down. We're still at about 30% more than we did last year this time, and what we normally see. A lot of the food is donated. We work with, on a national level, we are affiliates of Feeding America. So we actually work with companies all across the United States that want to donate food. We also distribute all the USDA commodities.
Right.
And the city of Savannah helped us with some of that this year, gave us some funding to help us be able to go out and purchase some food, especially when the supply chain was so, stopped. We didn't have any choice. We weren't getting donations, and we had to go out and buy it. Since March, we've spent over $4 million on food. So a lot of our fundraising is to go out and find the funds to be able to buy that food.
Right. So I think the other issue that impressed me about the work that you do was, and I've seen the bags, I had not taken one, but fortunately I'm not in that place yet. But it was staple food. It was healthy food, because when you talk about food, well, people eat, but they don't necessarily eat things that are healthy. And so in this, you saw vegetables and you saw things that really provided probably sometimes a healthier food experience than people would ordinarily have if they had the money to purchase food.
That's correct. We always make sure we have protein items, because that's what's really expensive. And especially a lot of seniors can't afford those protein items. And then we always make sure there's vegetables. And then on the day of, when we do these big mobile food drives, we also supplement with frozen products like frozen chicken and fresh produce, and whatever we've got, we take and try to get it out. So,
Right.
that's one of our big things, is we want to provide as healthy as we possibly can.
Is your supply meeting your demand at this point?
At this point, we're good. We've gotten, there were some real concerns. We were receiving a lot of food through the Trade Mitigation and the CARES Act from the USDA, and all of that ended at the end of December. But we are confident that that's going to be renewed, and we'll continue to be able to have a great food supply. And as I said, we went out and spent about $4 million, and it took several months for a lot of that food to get to us, but it's now arrived. And so we're looking pretty good on food, and we're doing a lot of these mobile food pantries right now.
Well, I was going to ask you, I mean, how many shopping carts do you have to have in order to get $4 million worth of food? I mean, again, we're talking some very big numbers.
Yeah.
And so we want to be a blessing to the work that you do. I mean, we don't want to ever assume that you're okay, because we know that something happens and then you have a rush. So, ladies and gentlemen, as well as being a Friday date nighter, once a month we try to bless a nonprofit in our community. So, all right, family. So tonight, this month, we're going to do the Second Harvest Food Bank of Coastal Georgia. Now, tell us about ways we can donate. I mean, Obviously, food might help, but then we can also donate money so that you have the money in your coffers to be able to purchase if you need it. So tell us how we can do it.
You can go on our website, which is helpendhunger.org, or
Oh,
you can do
that's easy enough.
PayPal. It is. It's spelled out, helpendhunger.org. I know I have a lot of staff members watching tonight. They can type that in the comments for us. And then we have a PayPal account, which is at Second Harvest CG for Coastal Georgia's, at Second Harvest CG.
But I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get done. Oh yeah, somebody
There
dropped
it
it.
is.
Well, boy,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yay! Thank you, Dana.
well, why don't you also why don't you go ahead and shout out who's on here so that you know who from we want to salute those folks too. So who from the Second Harvest team is on?
I think I have Allison Mahoney on this evening.
Everybody say hey, Alice. Thank you, Alice.
I have Penny Gill.
Penny, hey Penny.
And Stephanie Brown.
Hey Stephanie, thank you all so much for what you do, and thank you for supporting Mary Jane and the work that she does. And we just want to keep Savannah fed. You know, if people have food and if people have shelter, we can work out other things. You know, I just think that I remember growing up thinking about well, Allison says that she's the favorite. So
we actually have an unbelievable staff at the food bank. They are just great and so dedicated. You know, our staff was recognized as the Georgia Trend Heroes of the Year for COVID relief this year. So that's anyone that gets our newsletter will see we're going to announce it in our newsletter coming up. But I know you were recognized in Georgia Trend as one of the 100 most influential, and we were recognized
crazy? I think it was 99. They were like, shoot, we got to find somebody else.
Well, we were recognized as COVID Heroes of the Year. So we were so honored to receive that. And it was because of our staff. They're just great.
Well, let's answer the question. Is Allison your favorite?
Well, you know, on certain days, they're all my favorite. I think it depends.
Allison says for me to point it out to you that you are the favorite.
Yes.
There was a question about you all becoming working with the schools to be food banks in the schools.
Starting about mid-February, or maybe even sooner than that, depending on how fast we can get the food delivered, we're going to be doing a pilot program with 23 schools in Chatham County, where we will be doing food pantries in the schools. So when the teachers or the principals or the guidance counselors think that there's an issue, they'll be able to contact the parent and or send a box of food home with the children. So the children will be able to make sure they have food at home. It'll be food for the family to eat over the weekend, and it'll last them 2 or 3 days. So we're going to start that probably about the first or second week of February. So I know the children are still doing virtual learning, so it'll be something that the teachers will comment. They'll contact the parent. It's about a 23 or 24 pound box of food. So we won't be able to hand it, to a child. We'll have to go to a parent, but we're working with Chatham County School System to do that on a pilot program with the hope that this fall we will have a school pantry in every school in Chatham County.
Wow. See, that's something for us to support. You can go to
Help End Hunger.
Help End Hunger. So Allison, go ahead and put that down there so everybody can see that. And again, this is an opportunity to expand these services in schools. We know that one of the issues with schools being out was that young people, the way they ate, many kids, healthy meals, not potato chips and sodas and stuff, was from the nutritious meals in the schools. So I mean, this is a way to feed not only kids but also to feed their families. And you do it through the schools, which are in the community, and there's less shame associated with taking that home from school. So.
Right, and our Grab and Go program right now at about 50 different locations throughout coastal Georgia, children can go pick up a lunch, a hot lunch, and breakfast for the next day. And that's through our grab and go program. And every week on Facebook, we publish those locations and the menus. So they're able to do that, and we can make sure children are still getting fed and make sure they're getting nutritious meals.
Well, do me a favor as well. Give it to me so that we can post it as well, so that our date night family, they're really good about getting stuff out, and we'll get that out. Also, Allison is posting the PayPal Second Harvest CG.
CG, Coastal
Right, that's the
Georgia.
PayPal. And they asked, of course, did you have Cash App? So
No, that's the one we don't have. Sorry, I didn't even know about that. Thanks for
well, that's
educating
right.
me
I
on
told her
that.
about Cash App. So her assignment is they'll get a Cash App, so that people could do that as well. And then we'll list the schools so that, you know, if there's schools that, you know, need to participate, we can help get that involved, you know, get them engaged as well.
Great. I did want to tell you that, you know, our next big mobile food giveaway in Chatham County is going to be on March the 6th, which
March
is a
the 6th.
Saturday. Yes. So please let everyone know about that. They'll be able to come. We'll start around 8 o'clock in the morning, finish up around 10 or 10:30 or when the food gives out. And we'll be doing that over at Memorial Stadium.
All right. So March the 6th. And that's it. I'm gonna come and help again.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come help. And you're saying you're starting at 9?
Well, we start about, what happens is we try to start around 8 so that people that have been waiting all night can go ahead and go home and go to bed.
Right. Okay, so we'll start about 8, and so we will get that information so that we can get that out, so people who, you know, need it, and if you don't need it, they'll go get it. I mean, you know, truthfully.
Right. Right.
Because the fact is there are people who need it. Are you all still using or needing volunteers?
We still have the Georgia National Guard with us helping.
Okay.
Of course, you know, we are doing some volunteers, you know, in groups of 10, so they can contact us through our website, or just send us an email, and we'll coordinate volunteer groups of 10 people. And that way they can socially distance. We do require that they wear masks the entire time they're there.
Right. So it's March the 6th at 8 a.m. at Memorial Stadium. And I mean, and y'all don't mind me. I'm not really a volunteer. I kind of crash and just help direct traffic and stuff. You know, I mean, to see it is absolute magic, just to see how this symphony of cars lining up and cars moving and people coming and the stuff being put in the trunk. And I mean, it is actually, I mean, it's really a work of art to see. But thank you so much. We appreciate you really for all of the work that you do, all the families that you fed that you will never know their names. Again, you don't ask any questions, you just feed them. And so I just think that has just been a blessing to our community. You've helped people to see a brighter day. And so to you and to Team Second Harvest, we appreciate you here in Savannah and Chatham County. I don't know about the other counties, but I know here, 9 million pounds of food is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for all you do, and thank you to the community for all your help.
Well, so finally, PayPal is Second Harvest CG, and you can go to their website, helpinhunger.org.
.org.
Okay? And she's going to work on a Cash App. And I mean, it's amazing, Allison, if you were supposed to be her favorite, you should at least taught her how to have Cash App. You know, we do Cash App around here. So, and we're just going to look forward to getting the word out, making sure people who need it are able to support you on March the 6th, and then also to look at these locations, and we'll get that out as well.
Thanks again for letting me tell our story.
No, thank you so much. So you're going to go back and just follow us, or you take it off tonight?
No, of course I'll follow you. I'll listen every Friday night.
I know. I'm so glad to have you on. So, so we guess we'll continue to talk about that. Okay.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So we appreciate Mary Jane Crouch at Second Harvest Food Bank for the work that they do, the work they do in our communities, how they make us better, how they help us to be Savannah strong, how they continue to help us by showing Savannah love. We appreciate them for that. So let's talk a little bit about COVID, and then we will move on. So our numbers are still, what the numbers are. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see. Select return numbers. Just so that people can see what they are. So when you look at our numbers, of course they are what they are at this point. 741,991 confirmed cases in Georgia, 12,410 confirmed deaths in the state of Georgia, almost 50,000 hospitalizations. There's an additional 1,500 probable deaths due to COVID. This week, I know of at least 4 people here in Savannah, Chatham County, that have died due to COVID. In Chatham County, we're at 16,295 confirmed cases. We have 284 confirmed deaths, and right now, somewhere near 14 probable deaths, putting us somewhere in the category of almost 300 deaths in our community. And hospitalizations, we're at 1,284 hospitalizations to this point. The message remains very clear, that you wear a mask, that you watch your distance, and you wash your hands. I was on a call with President Biden over last weekend with the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and he clearly said that we're not going to get out of this through vaccine. We'll get out of this through wearing masks. So we'll talk a little bit about vaccines. We have committed at the city of Savannah to do whatever we can to help. We're going to work with the county to help provide a way, once we get these additional vaccines, to make sure it happens. We want people to be vaccinated. We recognize they put a pause on new registrations because you all crashed their system because there were so many people. And to be honest with you, I don't believe they were prepared to deal with it. I just didn't think that it was going to be like that. So being mad about it doesn't change anything. We just need to make sure that we're helping our state to do better. And so that is what we're doing, helping our state to be able to do better. So that's where we are. We want people over 65 to be tested. We want people who take care of our seniors. We want them not tested. We want them to be vaccinated. We wanted those folks who, are on the other side. We want the people who take care of them. We want them to do that as well. So we need them to be okay. Wear your mask. I mean, people still come with all this stuff about wearing masks. I mean, it's simple. It's freedom. It helps us to be and do the best we can. And so we want people to be able to do that. Okay? So that's where we are with that. And that's what I do. And again, we've talked about this before. I'm not going to any business. I'm not going to any business. I'm not patronizing any business, and you shouldn't either. If they don't think enough of you to require a mask, then you shouldn't think enough of them to spend money in their business. Because if they don't care about you, that also means they don't care about their employees. So you have the ability to do a mandate of your own, and that is by deciding where you spend your money. And so this is real. And even though, and the argument is true, there are more people who survive COVID than people who die of COVID. That is absolutely true. But people who have COVID will tell you that after COVID, they're not the same. Understand that. They might have been healed from COVID. They might feel better from COVID, they might have a negative test, but something about them is different. They don't breathe the same. They don't have the same energy that they used to have. Some people still don't have uh, their other stuff back. They don't have their mental capacities back, or they don't have their breathing capacities back. So that's something I want to make sure that we're really very, very clear about. So, just wear a mask, please. Just wear the mask, okay? So let's talk about what you want to talk about for the few minutes we have left. Um, okay, so wait. I saw a really good one. I saw a good one. I saw a good one. So Hannah says she gonna need y'all to stop licking your fingers to separate bills and handing them to her during the pandemic. Hannah, don't pick. Um, Hannah, don't pick up those bills. They looking at. Don't pick up those bills. You better take some Lysol and just spray Lysol on them. I ain't picking up no bills either like that. Money carries germs, y'all. April says we have many that want to be vaccinated. What is the rollout on the local level? It's not good right now. We hope it's going to get better, which is why we're helping the health department put in the infrastructure to make it better. We just, we have to help, and so we're going to help. All right. Let's see. That's nasty. Licking Bill. Who does that? That's nasty. Rebecca says her girlfriend's vocal cords are damaged from COVID and she has a blood clot. I'm just saying, I mean, COVID is real. And so some people say, oh, I'll just get COVID and I'll just be all right. No, your life changes. Things are different. Let's see. Hey, Miss Patricia Johnson of Live Oak. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad to have you. Hey, Dee Dee Hibbler, the Lathian. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Tasha, thank you for not patronizing businesses that don't require a mask. And Sabrina, good to see Sabrina Germano. I know you feeling better. Hopefully you got some rest. Thank you for all you did with voter registration, Sabrina. You have been an absolute beast. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah. No, Michelle, I mean, the vaccine issue is all over Georgia. It's a Georgia issue. And even in South Carolina, I understand that in Georgia, we actually have more than South Carolina, which is why we have people coming over from South Carolina. I love my people from South Carolina. We share everything with you except our vaccines. Don't come over here asking for our vaccines. And we had to get that straight because people were coming over here to get vaccines. No, you live in South Carolina, you get South Carolina vaccines. We love you. We really do. But you need to get their vaccines and, let us get our vaccines. We share everything else. And Ms. Gemini said, don't put money in your bra. I'll leave that one right there. Leave that alone. Let's see. Trudy says she carries a stylus in her purse to use debit machines. Okay, good point. Yes, Retta. A mask mandate on federal public transportation, so on Amtrak, on buses that travel interstate, and on planes. So yes, mandatory mask. That's important. They'll throw you off of a plane if you're not wearing a mask. Hey, Elder Flossie, thank you for joining us. And somebody said Princess was on here. Good to see you, Princess. Oh yeah, Terry. Yeah, Dee Dee went to Savannah State. Dee Dee was actually a Miss Savannah State. Yeah, everybody loves Dee Dee. Dee Dee, yeah, that everybody loves Dee Dee. I had a crush on Dee Dee when I was in college. I didn't have any money, so I didn't even mess with Dee Dee. I had a car, but it had a hole in it. But that's another story. All right, so Lakeisha says she don't want the vaccine. Okay. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. Thank you very much. So what y'all want to talk about? Oh, Keith says a 31-year-old healthy woman with 4 children contracted COVID back in March, and she's still fighting it. Wow. All right, Michelle. Well, we're glad you're here, so you can get our stuff. Dana got the first shot. She got the Pfizer. Good for you. Yeah, Lakeisha. Yeah, we want you to reconsider that. You're too important for Friday Night Live for you to mess around and get COVID. So we need you to be okay. Um, what else? Sai wants to know, do I foresee another shutdown soon? It's all based on the numbers. About numbers, if they get worse enough, there is a point in my mind. There's a number in my mind that if we got to that point, we would seriously look at shutting our city down again. So the answer is yes. Do I foresee it? I pray it does not happen. But I'm not afraid to have if we get there. Um, Hannah, I'm gonna leave that one right there. Hannah is referencing a YouTube video. I don't even want to get into that. Let's see. This is just members giving good information to each other because that's what we do. What else? What are your other questions? We have questions tonight. Let's see. Do I know when we're going to the next phase? How much longer for 65-year-olds? I guess until they get most of them done. Katina says that Publix and Pula had vaccines this week. So for those who want to know that, hey, Katina, is your mom on from Kansas? Um, they have no more appointments, including Village Walk landings. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions or anything I can answer? What do you want to talk about? We have a couple of minutes, so let's talk about it. Let's talk. Okay. Hey, Katina, Mama. Thank you for joining us. And you're all the way in Kansas, so I'm glad you're an hour behind us, but I'm glad that you're on for Friday Night Live. I didn't know whether Katina was going to tell you about that because you know how she hates. So, hey, Melinda, thank you for joining us. And I'm glad you got your first shot on Thursday. Hopefully, you're doing and feeling okay. Um, hey, Tracy, waving back at you, Tracy. Um, what else you want to talk about? Again, I got a couple more minutes on this, and again, I got my Savannah hat. Did hopefully you're liking the page. Want you to like the page as well. Renee says she is in DC. If Savannah gets shut down, how could you find out? You try to get married in October? Let me know. I'll let you know. Hey, Jen from Jen and Friends. Thank you so much. Good to see you. I'll be back by soon. How does a 75-year-old get the vaccine? Um, if they have them available, you can have them. Oh, thank you. Monday's topic. I want to talk about Monday. I'm confirming the topic today for Motivational Mondays, but I have some great topics coming up. We'll be talking about evictions. We'll be talking about money management, credit, debt, budgeting, all those things. So we have some things coming up. Hey, Nicole, good to see you as well. And Kathy, yes, you can get the regular flu shot as well. And we're saying, want me to say, hey, hello, I missed something. Wait a minute. I need to say hey to Ethan. Hey, Ethan. How you doing, Ethan? Thank you for joining us tonight. We're glad to have you. Um, how did Savannah Country Day get vaccines for staff? How did they maneuver that? My answer is I don't know. I just hope, and there's a way they can audit it, that the people who got it were the people who should have got it, 65 and over, and those caregivers. So I'm sure that the state is looking into that. And if it was done right, then it is what it is. Michelle, thank you very much. I appreciate you for that. I love you too, Michelle. I will read the email. Thank you. Nicole Pierce is on here. Whoa, okay. Um, all right, good. Mr. and Mrs. Coffin got your first shot on Tuesday. Good. I hope that you are doing all right, feeling all right as well. Let me see. I'm trying to get down. How many places can you register for the vaccine? I posted it last week. I will post it again. And Nicole, thank you for enjoying Monday night. We enjoyed having you. I will post those again about the vaccines and stuff, so you'll have that on the page. Okay, for all the information about vaccines in Savannah and Georgia. Okay, let's see what else. Um, okay, Susan is hooking up with Renee Garland. So good. And yeah, you can let her know. If not, I'll let you know because if I shut down, maybe we just have to open up Savannah long enough for you to get married. If you're gonna get married in Savannah, all of us have to be there, Renee, and we all better get an invitation. We're gonna come and we're gonna turn up at your wedding. Ethel, good evening from Ohio. Good to see you as well. Um, yes, Garnett, we could get a speaker on refinancing. We could do that. Um, hey, Bill. Now, again, I told you all, if you all want a great place to eat for real, um, Moon River is a great place to eat. I was supposed to eat there this week, and then I had something to come up, and I couldn't make it. But go to go to um, go to Moon River and tell them that I sent you. You're a part of Friday Night Live, and if Bill is there, say hey to Bill. Um, he would love to see you. So ask them to tell Bill to come out here. Um, okay, money. Yeah, and Tasha, in March we're doing for the three weeks in March. We're hitting all money topics in March. We're going to hit a couple more other topics in February, but we're calling it Money March, and we're going to hit in March those first three. So I'll make sure that you get all those so you'll see what's going on. What else? Let's see. All righty, let's see. Hey, Tabitha Odell, what a week. What a week. And I'll just leave that right there. I don't know. I don't want to know. What a week. But thank you for joining us. And Barbara, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed Monday. Yeah, Monday, yeah, attorney Stephanie Burgess gave us some great information on wills and estate planning. And you can go to my page and watch it on the page so you don't have to miss it. Okay? And Renee, I want to know why you're getting married and you didn't bring him on Friday Night Live so we could approve of him. Hey, Patrina, well, I'm glad we get to keep in contact with you as well. Thank you so much. Cynthia says, can I address the fool that was arrested for driving crazy on pulling out a gun on Victory Drive? Yes. So we received some information about from a young lady who a guy, kind of road raged her, pulled out a gun. Now, I don't know how she was able to do this, but she got a picture of the guy and a picture of the guy pulling out the gun. And so, of course, Savannah Facebook went crazy. I was receiving all kinds of messages about this. The police were on it. The citizens had good information. They said what they saw, and this guy was arrested. Come to find out, the dude works for UPS, and I'm glad he's off our streets. So, bottom line is, don't do crazy stuff like that. And then the moral of the story is, if you see something, say something. So, yeah, he was crazy. He does not deserve to be on our streets, and it's SPD got him. All right. Chloe Reno is getting married in May. All right. You know what? You can get married. You don't have to have a wedding to be married. I'll marry you. We go to City Hall. We can marry you right there. If you want to be married, I can marry you right now over Zoom if you want to do it. Matter of fact, we can get you married on a Friday Night Live. Now that would be cool. With 300-400 of your best friends. We'll come. We'll do PayPal and we'll get you wedding gifts and stuff too. Yeah, we will. All right, let's see. Debbie, can I take you to Moon River to eat with me? Yeah, I'll take you to Moon River. If you're paying, we can go tomorrow. So, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Garner. I appreciate you. Yeah, but Jen is talking about Bill. But if you want to go to a great spot, Jen and Friends is on Bull Street. It is just north of Broughton Street, so it's in between Congress and Broughton Street on Bull Street. It's across the street from SunTrust. If you're walking real fast, you'll pass by it. But Jen and friends, and I'm a friend of Jen. They have the best like drinks and ambiance and just kind of hanging out spot spaces. So go by there and check her out. Again, tell Jen that you put you down with Friday Night Live, and maybe she'll put an extra olive in your drink for you. So maybe she'll do that for you since you're Friday Night Live. Sean, thank you so much. We appreciate that as well. We have to support our local businesses. We have to support them. We have to keep them going. We have to keep them energized. We have to keep them supported, and Savannans will support them. Patricia West says she signed up at the health department website to be notified, and they called her today. She has an appointment for next week. Thank God we do. Thank God. Um, let's see what else. Yes, Sherry, go to the website though. Michelle, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, social media doesn't play in Savannah. Let's see what else. What else I got? Hey, Dr. Erica Russell Petty. Um, Dr. Erica Russell Petty. For those of you who need a pediatrician, she is an awesome pediatrician. Awesome. She has a mean granddaughter. Mean, but she's a great pediatrician. So, um, you know, so we're glad to see Dr. Russell Petty here joining us. Nicole, why can't we do a wedding on Friday Night Live? I think that would be like awesome. We do a Zoom wedding and all of us come and I marry you. I mean, I can do weddings. Um, well, see, Chloe, your in-laws are in Korea. That's better. We could do it on Friday Night Live. It's just Saturday morning over there. That's all. We're saying it's Friday Night Live. There's Saturday morning live. No problem. Stop making excuses. You can get married. Um, you can get married here on Friday Night Live. We could do this for real. Um, hey, I see Jeannie Vet. Thank you for joining us as well. Allison, I wasn't going to say about the best martinis, but they do have the best martinis. Um, Leroy, we do not have cigar bars here. And that's an interesting point because a lot of people have asked about cigar bars and hookers and stuff. A couple of years ago, Savannah led the state in a smoke-free ordinance. And the goal was is to keep not only keep Savannahans healthy, but to also keep people who work in establishments healthy. And so we really don't have cigar bars, but you know, people are talking about it. Hannah says that she had a lavender lemon drop and it was to die for. Well, make sure, Hannah, that you only have one at a designated dropper because it probably was to die for. Hey, Denise is in the house from Ohio. This is my Savannah hat, Denise. SAV. And it has the seaport and it has the peach on the other side. So that's how that goes. SAI for those who need assistance for rent and utilities. As you know, the city of Savannah, we put aside $3.3 million for rent assistance. We're proud to announce that working with Chatham County, we have now replenished that fund. The county is going to be using their funds as well. City of Savannah folks are eligible to access this money. So call United Way, or you can call EOA, United Way or EOA. You can get assistance with rent and utilities. So thank you for helping me to point that out. Um, Laurie Jones Lewis says something. Oh yeah, she would get a lot of gifts. Um, Keith says that Keith says he'll sing for your wedding, and we have to get Laurie on because Laurie sings, and I mean we have the whole wedding. We could do this thing. Patricia, thank you so much. We appreciate you. See? Oh, yeah, thank you, Patricia. I appreciate that. Yeah, actually, I performed that wedding, and yeah, it was an honor for me um, to marry, BB, who I've known since she was a little girl. and then to see her like grow up to a beautiful woman and be married and stuff, it got me kind of, misty eyed. I didn't cry, I'm not gonna cry, but I got a little misty eyed. Thank you, Alicia, for saying United Way 211 is a good number for resources to call to get help. All right, if you cancel again, Chloe Reno, I'm serious. We'll do. We're not scared of Savannah. We'll do it. We will have this wedding on Friday night, Saturday morning in Korea, and we will get it done. All right. So yeah. Somebody says Uber. All right. Dina says if you're a member of Candler Hospital Wellness Silver Sneakers, you can get your vaccine at the Candler Heart and Lung building. So that's good information, Dina. Thank you so much for that. Tasha says we need sponsors for a comedy club in Savannah. Bryce wants to get a Savannah hat. So Marissa, post your stuff, Marissa. He wants a hat. Nicole likes the hat too, same thing. I don't know where that cow is. I don't know where it is. Vanessa, thank you for joining us. See, and Molly's already agreed to go ahead and make handmade decorations for the wedding. Look at that. Molly is like the kid whisperer. There'd be thousands of kids making all kinds of great stuff. Oh, Nicole, thank you, Nicole. Nicole says that she will perform a special spoken word. So look, I got 2 singers, I got crafts, I got Nicole with busting out a spoken word. Look, man, we got this thing handled. We shoot. And then Shannon is on here. Shannon can cook. Jens and friends can provide the what we do. We'll have Shannon do the hors d'oeuvres. We'll have Moon River do the food, and then we'll do Jens and friends will do the drinks. Look at y'all. Look how y'all blowing this out. All right. Buccaneers or the Chiefs for the Super Bowl? I do not know. I know the Giants are not in there. I don't know. I think Tom Brady's made a deal with the devil or something like that. I mean, this guy is like not human. I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be a good game, though. It's going to be a good game. So Nicole, we want you to write your beautiful piece for this wedding. What else? Hey, Michelle, thank you for hanging out with us. All right, see, Marissa is on here. You can inbox her as well. Keller's Flea Market, the cow. Okay, that's where the cow is. Kim, thank you for joining us as well. And you can call EOA. All right, Renee, we'll hook up. We'll figure that out. Okay, about cigar spots. Renee, don't worry about it. We'll get that hooked up as well. Matter of fact, I might throw the bachelor party for him. All right, so y'all really give me life around here. Let's see. What's the date? Denise, I don't know what the date is, but we'll find out. And Renee wants a good makeup artist and hairstylist. We will give you that. Inbox me, and we'll get you some good. We'll get you a good makeup artist and a good hairstylist. We will get your face beat for the gods. We will do that. Greetings, Vanessa. Thank you for joining us as well. Loto does hair. I forgot. Olga Musgrove Williams. She can go ahead and get you right. She can get you hair that flows from here that becomes your train. I mean, Loto puts hair where there was no hair before. So Loto is going to do the hair, okay? Paula, yes, EOA is accepting applications for energy assistance. All right, let's see. All right. And Adrian is going to do the spiritual dance. So I got Nicole, I got 2 singers, and I got I got the praise dance. Whoa. See, everything we need, we got here Friday Night Live. We got everything. Keith is going to sing. Lori is going to sing. We have, and then Marissa is going to come up with a special wedding hat. We all have on our hats. I mean, it's something. It's going to be great. 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 I mean, we are putting together this wedding. This is what we got. We do. Um, so let's see. Hey, Ofa, good to see you, Ofi. We're gonna put your wedding together. All right, I think. All right, all appointments. So we'll post that. He's an Omega. What you doing marrying an Omega? You should be marrying an Alpha man. I'm just saying. I hate my Omega brothers, but just saying. All right, let's see. Well, who else? We wrap this up. Let's see. All right, Nicole is going to come down for the wedding. Hazel, thank you for joining us. And JIG Cigars. All right. Yeah, we got your wedding. We got you, Chloe Reno. We gonna do your wedding. We're gonna have it together. Yeah, beat to the gods. Oh yeah, this wedding is gonna happen. We got two weddings actually. We have two. Jackie, thank you so much, and we appreciate that, Coach. And where can we get help from small businesses? Um, the Small Business Assistance Corporation. I will go and check them out. Is the wedding going to be on Saturday? Friday night, date night? We'll see. Oh, Nicole, good question. We need to find out what the colors are. Matter of fact, why don't we pick the colors for her wedding? I mean, if we're doing everything else, Gina, we're gonna want you to be at the door to. We want you to be the bouncer at the door to make sure that the right people in the door. I know you'll do a good job with that. You'll keep all the right people in. Okay, yellow and white are the colors. Okay, all right. The colors are yellow and white. Hello, Miss Butler. Good to see you. What else? Let's see. Anybody know where we can buy a food truck? Cynthia, send me the information. I might be able to help you out. All right, Gina, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gina. I should have been nice. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should be nice. But so ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful evening. We have planned one full wedding, and then we have another one. And so now we did that, we've learned about how we can support, and big thanks to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Coastal Georgia for all the work that they do. We thank them. We thank them. We thank them. We also have a responsibility to support them. They have food drives coming up that we could be a part of. So we thank them so much about that. Dawn Baker is going to MC your wedding. All right. So Dawn, I don't know whether you know this, but you're going to be the MC of the wedding. So when the bride and groom come out, when they come out, then I want you to be there at the mic, and you're going to be the one to do that. So Dawn is good with that, and Dawn, I have you right. Patricia says Monday, February 1st is National Freedom Day, which marks the passage, that's right, of the 13th Amendment, and the local observance will be held at Savannah State on noon. I will also post that as well. So we got Dawn Baker. That's going to be a great thing as well. So we're excited about that. We're excited that we have that wedding planned. And then Renee, I think we have to get your wedding planned as well for October. So we're looking forward to it. We have Dawn Baker as the MC. I'm performing the wedding. We have a praise dance. We have a spoken word, and then we have two singers. We have Keith and we have Lori, and then maybe they'll do kind of a duet as well. So we're looking forward to it. So keep us in your prayers. Remember, we will get through this. We just have to keep the faith. We have to follow the science. We have to stick together. We have to lift each other up. We don't know what kind of hell people are going through. So let us be careful about what we say to each other. Let us be kind to each other. Let us find ways to help one another. And before you criticize somebody, pray for them. Don't ever criticize something that you didn't pray to keep standing. So, oh, Ramona is on here. Ramona, I know you're not on here co-signing. Ramona, don't make me call a man. Don't co-sign on Gina's stuff. But we are Savannah strong because we show Savannah love. We will get through this, and I'm convinced that the good Lord has allowed us to go through these times to remind us just how important each of us are to this human family. I am because of each one of you. And again, I cannot tell you how much I'm energized. And I look forward to coming home to look at a computer screen, to see several hundred of my closest friends. And I promise you, when it's safe to do so, we're going to do Friday Night Live for real, in person, and we'll be able to meet each other and really be able to enjoy ourselves. But we have to get there. And the only way we get there is that we wear a mask. The only way we get there is that we wash our hands. And the only way we get there is that we watch our distance. Thank you all so much. Chloe Reno, we got your wedding planned. Oh, we're ready now. We got your wedding planned. So go and tell your family. They don't have to do anything. We have planned their wedding. Savannah got this thing done. And Renee, we got yours too on the way. So we got it all set up. So God bless you all. Have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.